There are many killers, but sugar is definitely the one that causes the most damage right now, and it's the one that the food industry uses for its own purposes, not for yours. Therefore, it is the most actionable, the most targetable of all of the different things that are wrong with our food today.
And how drastic do we need to be in our intervention?
Well, here's the problem. We are consuming double to triple the amount that our bodies can rationally metabolize. The World Health Organization says that we should reduce our consumption of sugar to 5% of calories or less. Now, can that be done? The answer is not with our current processed food environment. The reason is because half of the sugar that we consume today is in processed food that we didn't even know had it. Now, everybody knows about the soft drinks. Everybody knows about the cakes and the ice cream, things that we normally qualify as desserts. But you don't know about the yogurt. You don't know about the barbecue sauce. You don't know about the hamburger buns. You don't know about the salad dressing. All of that adds up to more than half of your total daily sugar allotment.
The industry says it's moving in the right direction. Is it?
Absolutely not. What do you mean they're moving in the right direction? What they are doing, at least in America, and I know they're doing this here in Britain, is they're cutting calories. They're not cutting sugar. So all of these things that say low fat, reduced calorie, what they have done is they've removed the fat. They have not removed the sugar. In fact, most of the time they have to increase the sugar to make the food palatable. So I would argue that they have done absolutely nothing to solve this problem.
So low calorie
is
when you're
dangerous.
Choosing your food is not the way to go.
Low calorie, if you might as well put a skull and crossbones on it.
You talk about the food industry as if they're drug dealers.
They are.
And just as bad.
Worse.
That's quite an accusation. I mean,
back it up. I'll back it up tomorrow.
So do you think a sugar tax is a good idea?
I believe that anything that reduces availability of any substance of abuse. A tax is an easy thing to apply, and it will reduce effective availability by making it less affordable.
People argue, though, that a sugar tax would hit the poor.
If the poor consumed less sugar, they would save so much money on the back end, it wouldn't be funny. They would be more productive. Ultimately, we know that the poor pay more. They pay more in so many different ways that if we actually tax them, they would consume less and they would be healthier, which means that they would have less medical expenses. They would be able to stay at their jobs for longer. They would actually be more contributors to society. They'd be able to contribute to the tax base. They would actually do better, and they would be happier.
And to what extent is our obsession with body shape a factor in this?
The food industry, the clothing industry, the entertainment industry has clearly created this notion that thin is required. Well, the fact is, you can be normal weight and still be sick. It's called TOFI, T-O-F-I, thin on the outside, fat on the inside. Because when you do the MRI scan, you might as well be obese because all the fat's on the inside. It just doesn't show on the outside. So being fat doesn't mean being sick, and being thin doesn't mean being healthy. So this whole notion of our preoccupation with thinness is really misplaced.
Well, what is the prescription for a healthy lifestyle then?
Eat real food. Eat real food. Eat food that doesn't have a label. Because if it doesn't have a label, that means they didn't do anything to it. Because real food doesn't need a label. You don't have to count calories. You don't have to worry about what they put in the food because they didn't put anything in the food because it's real food. That's how to solve this problem. That's how to live a healthy lifestyle, and ultimately that is how to live a healthy life as well.